My name is Rebecca. You can find me on Instagram as EvilTwin2, on Ravelry as EvilTwin2. You can email me at owlknitwithyou@gmail.com, and we have a Ravelry group called Owl Knit With You. And by the way, you guys, you have been blowing up my phone because somebody, not gonna name names, mentioned me on Instagram as an awesome podcast, and then it happened like 6 more times. Okay, maybe like 3, but it was crazy, and I am feeling the love, and I've got like 1 million new Instagram friends, and we have like 16, 15, 14 new people in the podcast group, and I am just super excited. I'm feeling the love because it was Valentine's Day, so that's the joke there if you weren't picking that up. So first off, I would love to welcome all of our new members. And I've got them all on my handy dandy whiteboard. These are all new people. You guys, you're crazy. I love you. You're awesome. Okay, these are in no specific order. I'm not really sure how to tell who came in when, except for on the bar when it says like new kids. So figure that out still. You know, not been a group administrator for very long, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. Here are the new people. Anonymous76 is Amanda from Texas. Butterfly Jones 07 is Vanessa from New York. Chain of Fools is Emily from the Washington, D.C. area. Debsy Quilts is Deb from Iowa. Tanya Marie is Tanya from Virginia. Saratoga Knitter is Lisa from New York. So you and Butterfly Jones should hang out sometime, I think. Jamal Jitter is Lisa from Brockton. No state, but it did say USA. Kilroy is Crystal from LA, which I think is either Louisiana or the town LA. I'm not really sure which one you meant, but it doesn't really make a difference because we're just glad you're here. Nutmeg Knits is Meg from New Jersey. Have Faith is Karen from Washington. Grammy Knitterbug is another Karen. She's from Louisiana. Farmwife 99 is Diane from Missouri. Crafty Crabby is Heather from Indiana. Den Mama is Deanna from Michigan. And the Reading Knitter is Casey from North Carolina. So you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for looking at the top of my head as I put my whiteboard back in my tripod. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me. It makes me feel so special. You guys. How was your Valentine's Day? Are you like the single evangelist who's like, Valentine's Day, Single Awareness Day, and you guys are stupid? Or are you like, my man, he buys me flowers and chocolates, and I get a dozen roses? Either way, we're happy to have you here. Just so you know, I am like the most lackadaisical, I love that word, Valentine's Day-er ever. So this year, my boyfriend did not buy me a present, which I wasn't surprised. And he was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, the Fat Fiber box is coming out soon. Have you guys seen that thing? It's massive, and I want one. And I was like, you could order it for me because it's like a time thing, and I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be out of my house the day that it goes on sale. So he got that for me. And I bought him a present that he didn't really think. I wasn't sure if he'd like it or not. It's kind of a workout specific thing, and we're not workout people. And he's been talking about working out, so I thought maybe, I don't know. And so it was a no-go, and we returned that like within an hour of me giving it to him because I would forget otherwise. So neither one of us have our presents yet. I did get him some chocolate though because he's really picky about chocolate and he liked the chocolate I got him. So 2 thumbs up for me. I did really good. And we went out to eat, and we were gonna go to a movie, but I was really exhausted, and so we just stayed in and watched TV because we're kind of indoor people right now, at least, because it is gross outside. I know. I'm saying it, you're saying it, everyone's saying it. Nasty weather. I'm done with you. But so on Valentine's Day, I didn't actually get to see him. I didn't see him until the next day because of our work schedules. I just got a text message that I need to check. So be right back. Sorry, I've been waiting to meet a friend for lunch, and she finally got a hold of me. So I don't have very long to record my podcast now. That's okay. I actually recorded this podcast already, and it was so dark outside that all the colors that I'm going to show you in this yarn, like, didn't show up, and it was all, like, really black, and it was all dull looking, and so I've hopefully got enough light today. I had, like, lamps on in my room, and it wasn't working. It was awful. So let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. If that's not what you think of when you hear those words, then you need to get more Disney in your life. Iowa Sheep and Wool is June 14th and 15th. I'm gonna be there. Are you gonna be there? There's not a lot of festivals near where I am. This one doesn't seem to be too massive, but, and I know there's Stitches Midwest in August, and I haven't figured that all out yet, because it's more, Iowa's not more farther north, but my mom had planned on taking me somewhere, like, to get out of my house this summer and spend some time with her, and so we're road tripping, so it's gonna be a whole thing. I'm sure you're gonna hear all about it later on once we get all the stuff figured out. So, you're gonna be at Iowa Sheep and Wool, June 14th or 15th, or both days. Most of you guys don't seem to live anywhere near me, so probably not. But if you are, let me know, and I will totally meet up with you and say hi, and we can grab a bite to eat and, you know, just hang out. So I'm super serious, you guys. If you ever want to meet me and you're gonna be nearby, or if I'm gonna be nearby you and I mention it, and you're like, hey, you're gonna be near me, you want to get, like, coffee somewhere? Yes, that's the whole point. I joined the podcasting realm because I want to meet you guys and I want to make fiber friends. So speaking of fiber friends, my boyfriend ordered me the fiber box, which is like, it's not a subscription box, it's like we have this many and they're all samples from all these different places, and you either get one or you don't. So that's why I was like, oh, I gotta get one. And this month's theme is geekery, so I was really excited. And when he ordered it, he was like, hey, this person has a phone number that is in our area code, and he was like, maybe she used to live here, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. So I found her on Ravelry because I'm a creep, I guess, and sent her a message, and I was like, hey, it says that you live like 5 minutes away from me, and I just wanted to say hi because I don't have a lot of fiber friends down here. And she was like, I don't have fiber friends either, and she's like, do you want to get coffee sometime? And I went like this, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I'm just really excited. Maybe make a new gal pal. So, woo woo. So, getting back to Valentine's Day. The day of Valentine's Day, I knew that I was going to go to work and not see my boyfriend all day. So, I was like, I'm going to treat myself to some, you know, hangout time with myself. So, I went to Target and got a Starbucks drink. That's where the nearest Starbucks is to me. And I went to my local yarn shop and I got myself some squishy yarn. Because I also got a tax refund. I got a new computer with my tax refund, and I haven't got a new computer since 2007, and it was a laptop, so it had been a really, really long time for me, and, I mean, my laptop wasn't really usable anymore. I can get on it and do things if I had to, but it wasn't good for, like, you know, your daily computer stuff. I couldn't watch podcasts on there, surf the web, just because it was too slow, so not happening. So, I spent some of my money on that, and I've been budgeting for it for a while, so don't think she's like, oh, just buy a new computer here, buy a new computer there. No, I've been saying I need a new computer since like 2009, so been a while, like 5 years. Back to the yarn. I got this. It is Schwuppel Crazy Superball, which I assume is a little bit German, you think? It is all sorts of barber pulled, and I love it. And this is a self-striping sock yarn. And I am super pumped about everything that's going on here. And I usually don't have the best, they're not bad, they're just not the best interactions at my local yarn shop because there's usually a bunch of people in there who all know each other. And I don't know any of them. And so I feel like a little bit of an outsider. And like I can't go the days they have to hang out and stuff. So this time I was the only one in there, and the guy, when I was asking some questions if he had a certain needle size, which I'm going to get to in a second because I got stuff to show you. He didn't have them, and so we ended up talking about stuff, and he asked me why I was looking for that specific needle size. And I also will tell you that in a minute because it's specific. And so we just had a good conversation and hung out and talked and, you know, bamboo versus metal and all that good stuff. And it was nice. So the other thing I got was some Lang Yarns, Tosca Light. And this is a lighter barber pole, and it is gorgeous. It is big, it is squishy, it is sport weight. It might, I don't know what this is going to be. It might be something outerwear, it might be socks. I don't know. I didn't tell you fiber content on those. I just threw them across the room. I'm such a jerk. I'm, just starting to collect some shiny big things. So we'll see what happens. So if there's one thing I'm a sucker for, it's good marketing. And I think there is one shop that excels at marketing because of the way they entice you. It is so seductive is a good word. And that store is Eat Sleep Knit. And one thing they do is for every yarn purchase that you make, they add it all up, and if you reach like your first mile's worth of yarn, they send you a runner's packet or a marathoner's packet, and then like every purchase you get a scratch off ticket where you could win. And if you hit 5 miles, every 5 miles you hit, you get $20 credit in the store, which is ridiculous. So because I am a sucker for marketing, I got some stuff from Eat Sleep Knit, which is a store in Smyrna, Georgia, but also has an online shop. And I actually won $5, you guys. I'm so excited. The first time I was like, ugh, I bet none of these ever win. And today I was like, oh, I guess I won. What's going on? In my other part of that purchase, the stuff that was the good stuff, this is 100% superwash merino. It is called Toasty. It has hair on it. Toasty in the Young Turk colorway. It is pretty much just a turquoise, but there's some darker bits. And it looks like it's the sunlight, but there's actually like 4 or 5 different colors of blue. I don't know if you can even see that in there because it's really subtle. Like there's a dark stripe right there. And you probably can't tell on the camera because it's a camera. But, sometimes you just need a little solid yarn. And this is a sock yarn. I bought just mostly sock yarn recently. I really want to get myself to knit some socks. So, I'll talk about that later. So, I got some of that. I got some of Lorna's laces. Look at this. Is this not completely delicious? This is Shepherd's sock. It is 80% merino wool, 20% nylon in the Rockaway colorway. And I cannot wait to unfurl this and knit with it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So I also got, all of my needles are pretty much Knit Picks because, or like the Joann's Boy needles because they're cheap and accessible and there's not a lot of yarn stores around here. So I've been knitting a thing that I'm going to show you in a minute, and they require DPNs. And I thought I would treat myself to some Knitter's Pride carbons because I hear a lot about these, and my DPNs did not have a good enough point for me that I liked. And I was actually using circulars, and for this project, that is one of the few times that I said no to circulars. Not happening. So, before we get to my finished objects, I'm going to show you some wee-ups. So, for those who are new and didn't watch the first podcast, because I recommended you not do it, so some people actually have told me, well, I'm not going to watch it then. This is my Ginny or Guinea cardigan. It's from the Unofficial Harry Potter Knits. Look at that, it's so pretty. This is currently on size 6. The ribbon is done on size 4. I'm using Knit Picks interchangeables. And I'm using Knit Picks Swish and the DK weight. So it's getting there. I'm not very far. I need to get a lot farther really quick. I need to work on this. And I've not been working on it. I'm working on like a million other things because it doesn't fit in my purse anymore. So I also have been doing the sleeves 2 at a time on my Knit Picks interchangeables. Also on 6. Yeah, so many tangles. It is a little bit farther along, but not much. The colors I am using are, this is Jade, this is Wasabi, this is Honey, and I have 2 other colors that are Peapod and Cornmeal. And they are both lighter colors of yellow and green, so we will get there. The other thing I have been working on, and I tried to get this finished before the podcast, and it just was not going to happen. So, I mean, it happens. This is the currently most famous knit-along ever. The Yoselda Teague Follow Your Arrow. I have pretty much done the lacy bits, and I think that's been, I've done B, A, B, A, B, and then I think I'm doing B again. So the 5th one's B. So B, A, B, A, B, yeah. It's turning out really, really well. I have some weird spots. I know there's been a lot of errata released, and I expect there to be more because I found some stuff. and some earlier things that weren't mentioned yet, so I might send her a note about that. I don't know. It might just be my bad knitting skills. I'm not knit many shawls. So I'm knitting this on US 8s because all of my 6s are being taken up by the Giddy's cardigan, and my 7s are somewhere else. I'm not sure what those are on. So 8s it was. And I'm keeping this in my Knitting Geisha Merida bag, which this is Knitting Geisha, I didn't tell you that before. My yarn is Madeline Tosh in the tomato colorway, and it is gorgeous. It's got some yellow, some pops of orange, but it's mostly this red-orange tomato color. I love it. And so, as you can see, this is the one that I made all the stitch markers on. Stitch markers everywhere. I love them so much. Stitch markers. So after I recorded this podcast the first time, when you couldn't see anything, I talked about some socks. So I have never finished a pair of socks. I have showed you that. I have 3 unmated socks, shall we call them. That's sad. That's really sad. So that needs to stop. And I have seen a lot of other people in the group talking about how they've either never been able to finish the first sock or finish the second sock, or socks that are kind of just a mystery to them. And I totally get it. I really do. So I think in March and April, we should do kind of a sock along, and everyone should just have at least one sock they're working on. And I'm going to post a thread about this episode, so please comment in this episode's thread and let me know what you think. But if you are an avid sock knitter and you're just like, I just finished a pair of socks, I don't need to be knitting more socks right now, I would love for you to be a mentor, and the people who are still sock learners can be students. And then we'll have kind of this thread that I'll make at the beginning of March, where it's like people who want to work on socks and people who are working on them. And then the mentors can go in there and answer questions, and I'll try to answer questions, and we can answer each other's questions. Because socks are kind of intimidating, and once you get your first few out, you get it, but that doesn't always make the second sock easier. So, I would really like to do that with you guys. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So tell me if you think that's a good idea, in today's episode thread, which will be episode 3. So, after I talked about all of that, I was looking for a project for my purse because my shawl it's been too big for a while, but I've been cramming it in there anyway, and I shouldn't be doing that because who knows what will happen. I picked up my Collywobble sock, which was like an inch high last time I spoke with you guys. And this all happened yesterday. Holy crap. I mean, really, this is ridiculous. I've got a heel. I'm almost done with the foot. I'm like a couple inches away from my toes. This is like the same length as my foot. Can you use your hand to measure for things? Because that's like how far... Huh. Good to know. Sorry, I'm so distracted. This is Emily Chain of Fools, also known as Fiber Towns, patterned Collywobbles. Collywobbles because Collywobbles is a name that you feel for butterflies in your stomach. It's another name for that. And it has this slip stitch patterning on the front, which is so cute. I love it. This is the Knit Picks Imagination colorway. It is a fingering weight. Probably shouldn't be knitting with it because it's not really made for socks, but I really like the other sock that I made. This is the Atlantis colorway, and it might not be... This might be discontinued because I bought a lot of the other colorways when they were discontinuing them. I ran out of yarn on my sock. And so I joined up this Calypso Heather. It's pretty much the same weight. It's palette. And it's pretty cute. It kind of matches, you know. It's not like... I maybe could have done red and that would have been really cute. But, so you can kind of see it beginning right there at the edge. I haven't got very far with it, but I am hoping to get a lot farther today. So yeah, guys, I'm working on a sock and I'm so proud of myself. And I was like, I just talked about how I never finish socks for a podcast, and I pick up a sock as soon as I walk out the door. That is so me. I'm such a dork. Oh my gosh, you guys. So, I'm a dork, like I just said. And sometimes that means I knit weird things. And if you follow me on Instagram, which I think most of you do, Instagram is like my main social networking place. So come find me if you need a friend, because I love posting pictures about stuff. I love looking at people's pictures. I knit a blanket for my boyfriend's cat. I'm not even kidding you. That cat loves my hand knits. This is some of the first stuff I ever spun. This is some of the first stuff I ever bought from a yarn store. I don't know what that is. This is some cotton I just recently bought, but it's not like washcloth cotton. It's like soft clothes cotton. This, I was never gonna knit anything else with this. It's awful. This is Piazza in the russet colorway from Cascade Yarns. It is weird. It's like llama and wool, but it is like, I don't know, it kind of feels like hair. It's so thick. But I actually made a sweater out of it that's totally ugly 100 years ago. Okay, like 4 years ago, but it's awful. Maybe if I want to, I'll show it to you guys sometime, but it's not worth it. I got a box full of goodies here. I also finished spinning some wool. This is some of the first stuff. This is actually the second stuff I ever bought because I talked all about that. This is Diabolicals in the Annie colorway, and I took out all the reds and oranges and put them into something else. And this is all the blues and yellows and greens that are left. Mostly just blue and yellow. But... So all of these blues were not showing up the last time I recorded, and that was really sad because they're gorgeous. They're this beautiful royal blue. Look at that. I named it Swamp Monster for the most ridiculous reason ever. So anyone who's watched Doctor Who has probably seen the episode with, oh my gosh, I forgot his name the last time I recorded too. And then like I was gonna go edit it and I saw the colors were bad and I was like, duh, it's obviously this person. He did Starry Night, and I even like in college had to do recreations of his paintings. And I can picture him in my head and I can't think of his name. Okay, you guys are yelling at your computers and your tablets and your TVs now, so I'm gonna move on. In the episode, they're looking at an exhibit of his, and there's like something in the window that shouldn't be there, and the doctor gets all freaked out, and they go back to save him. And so I thought, wouldn't it be funny if there was something that shouldn't be in Starry Night, and it was a little swamp monster. So, Swamp Monster. I know that's like totally tangential, but I really like it. So the reason I bought size 4 DPNs, and the thing I've kind of been alluding to all day with all this sock yarn and stuff, is started something new, you guys. And that something new would be Hexapuffs. It's happened. It didn't take very long, did it? No, it did not. So here's a little empty Hexapuff. These are in the Palette Majestic colorway. This color is showing up pretty true to color. It usually shows up really blue. It is just that purple right there. It's an excellent purple, but it's not a very good picture taken purple. So these are my 3 little Hexie Puffs. I'm not planning on being done anytime soon. These are just a throw in a box. I'm doing them very much according to pattern, which says knit when you got the time, throw them in your bag, throw them in a box after you're done knitting them. Don't worry about putting them together. Put them all together years later. It's all good. Just do it. Just make some stuff. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And in that vein of thought, I had considered spinning this and then plying it with a white so that it would go much farther. This, by the way, is what I call my Merida Merino. It doesn't really have a colorway name, so I named it myself. Because why not? And it is actually the first time I spun this. That's the picture from my group for everything. That's my, I'll knit with you the colors in the background. That's my original Merida Merino spin up. So that's why there's that pop of orange. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to spin it and make a mini skein because mini skeins are adorable and I really want like 100 of them. So I think this is going to be a mini skein. I'm not sure if I'll drop spindle it or if I will spin this on my wheel. I'm not sure which would be the most efficient way to do this anyway. This is about 30 grams out of what was 100 originally. So kind of a bummer that I totally didn't spin this with the rest of my stuff. But my hat fits that I made with it, so it's really all okay. It's, you know, it's going good. I feel like there's something else we should talk about. But now I'm all worried about the time. I'm really sorry about that. I tried not to do that. I was like, I'm gonna get up early so this isn't gonna happen, and then it happened anyway. But I'm glad the lighting is much better today and that you guys got to see all my fancy stuff. I look forward to showing you finished socks and finished shawls and finished cardigans, and I hopefully that will be soon because good lord, Been working on that for a while. I will show you Hexie Puffs every time I make one, whether you want to see them or not. And if you're not working on a beekeeper's quilt, I will admit, it takes like an hour, and sometimes just getting that finish something really gets your mojo rocking. And like, I feel like I've been knitting a lot more because of the Hexie Puffs, if that makes sense. They're like tiny knitting pills where you knit them up and they just make you feel better because you finish something. And you're like, I'm gonna go pound through that shawl. I mean, not that knitting isn't enjoyable, but I'm gonna go decimate it. I'm gonna finish it up. So makes you want to finish things, I guess. So that's pretty much all I have for this week. Remember, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Evil Twin 2. We have a group on Ravelry called I'll Knit With You, and if you join, I'll totally talk about you. Please, please, please introduce yourself in the introduction thread, because a lot of you have not been doing that. And I would love to talk to you. The people who are in there, we're really chatting it up. So come chat with us. And from me to you, when you're bored, feeling lonely, turn me on. Whoa, that's not what I meant. No, no, no. Oh my gosh. I'm a dork. I might cut that out. That was pretty embarrassing. When you're bored or lonely, play my podcast and I'll knit with you. I'm just gonna knit with you. Don't get any ideas here just because it was Valentine's Day. Okay? Bye, you guys. Have a good one. And that was embarrassing and I'm so sorry.